citizens of Enugu State awake to visionary innovations aimed at improving standard of living of the people and growing the state's economy. The launch of the Nigerian Solar for Health is one of the initiatives by the European Union embraced by the state government to improve service delivery in the health sector, just as Governor Peter Mba urges contractors handling projects in the state to expedite action and receives House of Representatives Committee on Third Fund. A very big welcome to the program, Lion Building in Action. I am your host, Chika Ugum, and I'm glad you could join us on this week's edition. Before we walk the talk, let's take a break. Glad to know you are still there. We will begin by telling you that the Enugu State government has launched the Nigeria Solar for Health project, an initiative by the European Union to provide reliable and uninterrupted electricity supply in the healthcare sector. A steering committee was inaugurated to ensure sustainability of the project. The project, initiated by the EU, is aimed at improving clean, secure, reliable, and sustainable access to affordable electricity in the health sector so as to improve health outcomes. It will be implemented in 5 states in the country, certified to meet necessary demands like having counterpart funding. Enugu State is taking the lead with the launching of the projects. All capital expenditure is covered by the EU with over 3.3 billion naira to be invested in each state. Bearing in mind the numerous benefits of the initiative with the ongoing construction of 260 Type 2 primary healthcare centers across the state, the state government has decided to also invest 1 billion naira in addition to the grants.
This initiative aligns perfectly with our administration's vision to enhance the quality of life for every citizen of Enugu State. The deployment of solar energy solutions in our healthcare facilities means that critical healthcare services will no longer be disrupted due to power outages. By leveraging renewable energy, we are reducing our carbon footprint and contributing to the global fight against climate change. This is a huge leap in our efforts to promote sustainability. In addition, efficiency will be bolstered as health workers will be empowered with tools and resources needed to provide timely and effective health care. Distinguished guests, this project is a testament to the power of collaboration. I extend my deepest gratitude to our partners, the European Union, GIC, UNIDO, and the Climate Fund Manager, whose technical expertise and financial support have made this project a reality. The partnership further highlights the importance of multilateral cooperation in addressing shared challenges. It also demonstrates that Enugu State is a trusted and capable partner in advancing global development goals. As we launch this transformative initiative, I reaffirm Enugu State's unwavering commitment to creating an enabling environment for progress.
That is made to ensure that these pillars of development are provided within the administrative units that are the wards is the surest way to push development into the hands of the people. Now, the essence of this project is so beautiful that it's not just to provide an off-grid power source, but to essentially make healthcare facilities a power provider in itself to possible businesses that could be around communities.
We have in Enugu State with another flagship project, which this administration is embarking on, which is the construction of 260 smart green schools. I know that this project will have far more benefits because going through some of the write-ups and the available information, we are also aware that beyond providing sustainable green power to our primary healthcare facilities,
the project will not only improve service delivery in the health sector, but also mitigate environmental climate change. A minimum of 25 health facilities and over 75 SMEs within the communities will benefit from the project, which in the long run will improve the economy of the states.
The project, as you know, is funded by the European Union and it has an overall objective of providing 24/7 access to clean, efficient and reliable electricity supply to public healthcare facilities in Nigeria, but also importantly mitigating the environmental pollution, climate change mitigation issues and such as greenhouse gas emissions and others. So electricity is essential for access to health, and I think that's already been stressed by the previous speakers for the healthcare services, the lack of access to energy in healthcare facilities, all the challenges and equipment, diagnostic, lighting, water access, everything needs energy to run and to effectively provide services to the population. And what I'm understanding, sadly, is that Nigeria has an estimated 30 to 40% of the public primary health centers that are only considered functional, and it's still out of those 40% are without access to electricity. So the functional ones, if they are operational, they only get on average 6 to 10 hours of power supply from the grid, while we are combining the resources of the state, of the European Union, and we're getting private sector involvement for more sustainable operational models. And for us, we are very much hoping it's and always going to be one of the states where the model is developed and applied. We are very much hoping that this is going to be a game changer for many health facilities in the country in terms of sustainability of investments made.
The private sector investors say modalities have been put in place to ensure sustainability of the projects. Has urged contractors handling various infrastructural projects in the state to ensure delivery of quality and durable work on schedule. He admonished them during an interactive meeting organized to address their challenges. Following the state government's determination to make Enugu state conducive for living and tourism, the government has embarked on various infrastructural projects ranging from the new Enugu city, 260 smart green schools, 260 Type 2 primary healthcare centers, rehabilitation and construction of both rural and urban roads, and most recently the initiative of constructing 260 farm estates. Determined to achieve success, Governor Mba is leaving no stone unturned to ensure that these projects are delivered on time. Reasoning for this meeting with contractors handling various projects to ascertain their challenges and the way forward.
The timelines we're given for these jobs to be delivered are sacrosanct. We're not going to deviate from there. And so they're still important. While we consider there will be few challenges here and there, the essence of this meeting is for us to understand those challenges and to profile solutions on how to address those challenges. bearing in mind that we have made commitments and made pledges to our people in Enugu State. The projects that you are all executing are ones that are so dear to our people and they have become expectant. You've given timelines, you've given dates that every child in this state would have access to smart learning. And we cannot change that, right? And so this is why we believe that what you are doing is beyond, the extrinsic value. We see you as partners, we see you as stakeholders to help us achieve the intrinsic value of this project, which is essentially making sure that our children have access to smart learning come September 2025. Every child in this state must have access to smart learning. And the same thing goes for the primary health care centers that are being constructed. The indicators we have in our healthcare space is not encouraging. And so we also want to address those expeditiously. Our infant mortality rates unacceptable. Our maternal mortality rates, our under 5 mortality rates, and all that. So we want to basically ensure that we meet our targets in those indicators. And in order to do that, we must, at the minimum, have and you know what we're doing essentially is the first phase, which is the breaker and mortar. We still have quite a whole lot of other things to do to get the place functional.
Commissioner for Works and Infrastructure said, with all logistics on ground, the state government will not tolerate laxity.
Initiative from His Excellency Barrow. He wanted to know firsthand, to hear from the contractors about their challenges. Because if he looks at the reports that we are fielding to him, he wants to know why some of them are not meeting up like some others. More especially now that the weather for construction is good in Enugu State.
The various contractors who commended the governor for his passion in improving the lives of the people and delivering good dividends of democracy promised to deliver quality jobs as a way of giving back to the government.
People now believe that a leader can come and reject what we have in place in leadership. And today people can have faith to pay their tax, to do everything in support of the government.
Encouraged us, and the main issue, we made sure that the finances are all readily available as far as we are going according to what has been planned, quality and standards that have been given to us.
Meanwhile, contractors who have been found to perform exceptionally well, the governor promised to recognize and award more contracts. Members of House of Representatives Committee on Third Fund and Other Services have paid a working visit to Enugu State to ascertain the level of accessibility, implementation, and utilization of the tertiary interventions allocated to higher institutions in the state. Governor Peter Mba received the committee at the Government House. Do take a listen. The committee, which was inaugurated following complaints and petitions rising from alleged poor execution and allocation of the third fund, is poised to look into the status of allocations made available to institutions within a 4-year period. Upon investigation, the committee discovered that huge sum of amount is still at the CBN yet to be assessed by beneficiary institutions, which is eroding value. Reason for the visit to assist institutions in the state have access to the fund and promote teaching and learning in higher institutions.
Of House Committee on Telephone and Other Services. We are here on a working visit to ascertain the level or status of utilization of the education fund, the tertiary intervention allocated to institutions within Enugu State. We are pleased to announce to us that Enugu State and her tertiary institutions are recently compliant with the level of assessment of the interventions available. From the interaction we've had with the executive governor, it's been said now that they need more of interventions. A part of the committee, a sub-team of the committee, will also be engaging with critical stakeholders, school by school, to ascertain the level of deployment and find out if value for money is fixed. We have come also to rub minds with tertiary institutions who are beneficiaries of the telephone intervention and seek ways to amplify better access, better deployment, and better utilization of the interventions to make for the attainment of the intervention in the first instance. May we also use this opportunity to appreciate the President for sustaining the tempo of this telephone intervention while pleading that a lot more still needs to be done with help and from the relevant stakeholders. And for us at the National Assembly and the leader, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, through this committee, we pledge our support and deploy legislative interventions where necessary to ensure that this intervention seeks to actually bridge the infrastructure gap as well as promote teaching and learning within the higher institutions.
Governor Peter Mbawu commended the federal government and National Assembly for the move, noting that education is a top priority in the state. For this reason, he said, the state government has allocated 33% of the state's budget to education.
From basic to tertiary learning, we treat education as the highest priority. And so we are happy to have you today. And we're also, we cannot commend you enough for your sensitivity to these unassessed funds. Because as you have rightly noted, the net present value of these funds continues to diminish. Okay, if you had 200 million 2 years ago, it wouldn't be the same today. And so, for you to have also put some machineries in motion to ensure the seamless access to these funds is highly commendable. So I want to, on behalf of the government of Enugu State, thank you immensely and other members of your team for this your tireless effort to ensure seamless access to the debt fund. We have to fund and appreciate education because true wealth as a nation lies in our human capital development. There is no way we can realize that if we don't fund a tertiary institution and get our students exposed to being able to be imbued with the right skill sets that will be relevant for the workplace of tomorrow. And it is through this funding. Despite spending, having the highest in terms of the ratio of budget to education, for us I think we're number one. We know the So your coming could not have been at a better time. This is, we're very excited to have you, and we're going to work with you. We're really looking forward to going into a technical session with you and your team to be able to get cracking and see how we can quickly assess the funds.
The committee says they will engage with critical stakeholders in the state to amplify better deployment and access to the intervention fund. And that report brings us to the end of this week's edition of the program. Let's do it again same time next week, God willing. Till then, enjoy the rest of the week.
And tomorrow